So you founded the organization Global Frontier Missions.
Yep.
And so, in a nutshell, what is that organization, and why does it exist?
Yeah. So our mission statement is mobilizing, training, and multiplying disciples and churches to serve among the unreached people groups of the world. So the mobilization side of things is raising awareness about missions around the world. So we do a lot of perspectives classes. We do 1-day short-term mission trips and 3-day short-term mission trips in Clarkston, Georgia, where people can come and get exposed to refugee ministry and things like that. Any small group that we can share in, any church that'll have us, we're just casting vision for the Great Commission, how few missionaries go to unreached people groups, how few dollars go to unreached people groups. So anything we can do to mobilize and raise awareness, that's a big part of our ministry. Probably our main focus and niche as an organization is missionary training. They say that over 50% of the missionaries that go to the mission field come back within the first 4 years of being deployed. And, it usually takes that long just to be effective in the language and culture and understand the worldview to present Christ in a way that makes sense to the local people. So we've got a really big passion for missionary training. So we train people in Atlanta through a 5-month program, partially in the classroom, but a lot of experience out in the field, hanging out with people from Myanmar and Nepal and Somalia, Ethiopia. We've got 60 different countries that are represented in our little small town of Clarkston there in Atlanta. There's only 20,000 people that live in that town, but 14,000 of them are from outside the United States. We've identified about 90 unreached people groups there. So our heart is to train missionaries that want to serve in America among refugees, immigrants, international students, train missionaries that want to go overseas. And especially our heart is to see some of the refugees and immigrants, equip, empower them, share with them Genesis to Revelation, God's heart for the whole world. And they're not just the mission field, but they're the mission force. It's not the West to the rest anymore. It's from everywhere to everywhere. So we're starting to see some of the refugees themselves go back and share the gospel and make disciples and plant churches, which is a dream. So mobilizing, training, and then multiplying. We want to make disciples that make disciples and plant churches that plant churches. So that's the thrust of our mission.
So what's so unique about, you said it's Clarkston?
Mm-hmm.
What is bringing all these refugees into that area?
So Congress decides how many refugees come into the country every year. That gets set politically. During the Trump years, it was pretty low, like 15,000, 20,000. Biden says it's going to go up to 120,000 during his term. So the United States vets all these different refugees. They go through a resettlement process. They get brought to America, and they get scattered around like 300 different locations in the United States. And, Clarkston, Georgia just happens to be one of those. And so a lot of those refugees show up in our community, and we help, felt needs, English classes, job skills, get their kids in school and after school tutoring and things like that. Clarkston is just this really unique melting pot of refugees from all over the world. It's a really transitional community. A lot of the folks are only there maybe 18 months to 24 months, and then they've found a family member that's in Ohio or Chicago. Maybe they, establish credit in this country and see, I can buy a house in America for less than what I'm renting these, low-income apartments in Clarkston for. So they move towards home ownership. And the reason they chose Clarkston is it's 80% multi-housing, so it's almost all apartment complexes where we live. And if you walk through the apartment complexes, you'll smell all the different ethnic foods, see everybody continue to be dressed like they were in their countries, drying clothes over the bushes. Kids playing on the playground, speaking Nepali and Arabic, and you got Syrians and Iraqis and Afghans, so it's a really unique little mission field there.
And you